Have you ever felt just a bit yuck about bribing your child, about maybe using a kind of top down because I say so approach, or maybe responding with a right, that's it now, I've had enough, you just need to do as you're told, because it just doesn't sit well with you, but you are exasperated. And maybe you're beginning to doubt that taking a more emotional, relational approach to raising your children is it really the right thing to do? Because they're not doing, they haven't tidied their stuff up, they haven't listened to what I've said, they are still mucking about. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should really rely a lot more on just taking control, being very clear with them. This is acceptable, this isn't acceptable. Being very clear with them that if you do this, then I will give you that, because after all, in the world of work, that's how it goes. You know, we get rewarded for what we do. It is really normal to have these conversations going on in your mind a lot of the time, and to be doubting yourself. Especially if others chip in and say, you know, maybe you're being too soft, or they're running rings around you, all those unhelpful things that people say. So if you are going to think, okay, I want to step away from this, so what is the opposite of this? If I'm not going to put my foot down, be very clear, tell them off, bribe them, all those things, well, what am I going to do? And is there a kind of opposite mirror image? Well, no, there isn't. Which may not be good news. It's not a case of trade one in and get something different. It's really down to seeing your children and their behavior and their needs through a very different pair of glasses. So you kind of need to take off your I need them to conform, I need them to learn to do right from wrong and do as they're told when they're told to do it, be respectful, all those things, follow the rules. You need to take those glasses off and throw them in the bin, and put on another pair of glasses where you're always able to see your children as having some kind of need. So very often that will be an emotional need. Sometimes it will be physical. They might be tired or hungry or thirsty or too hot or too cold. But mostly it will be an emotional need. And emotional needs come out in behaviours, because children don't have the ability to say, oh, I'm getting really stressed out about this happening. They will feel the stress, and then they may very well lash out or become very rigid and freeze and just not do what you're asking them to. So they will always show things through their behaviour. As they get older, they might be able to put some things into words, but honestly, mostly they won't, because what happens is very quickly their brain will flick from being able to think and work stuff out, if they have any capacity at all to do that, depending on their age, to panic, fear, threat, run, fight, freeze, whatever it is. And it happens in us super fast, and it happens in children super fast, and it's mostly the state that they're in anyway. So thinking about what is a way to get my child to is going to be your worst route to go. It's going to make you miserable, it's going to make them miserable. So what is needed is, it's a bit like the difference between going on a diet. So lots of people go on diets and they get told, do this, don't do that, eat less, eat more, eat standing on your head, eat climbing up a tree, whatever, and you'll lose weight. So you follow a regime. The way that we know now really works when it comes to raising children is that we need to change our relationship with our children, with ourselves as a parent. So that would be the opposite to going on a diet, would be actually changing your relationship with food, your emotional relationship with food, your emotional relationship with eating. It's a lot bigger. And when you do that, it lasts. So back to children, what it's all about is us being able to be calm enough to really be present with our children and the feelings they have in that moment. And they need us to be calm, to be grounded, to be safe, to be able to hold whatever they're struggling with emotionally and allow them to feel their feelings. And then once they feel safe and calm again and okay and connected with us, then, and that can take a long time sometimes, then we can just have a chat about, ooh, okay, so the pushing, when the pushing happened, your brother got really sad, didn't he? We worked out he was sad and a bit scared. So let's think of a plan next time to help you so that you don't get so upset or cross or frustrated or whatever that they've chatted with you about they were feeling. And yeah, then we can make sure that maybe the pushing doesn't happen because of all the sadness and scaredness that your brother got. And we don't want you to be in that state either. And that's what you do on repeat, repeat, repeat. It's always, first of all, about calming yourself so that you can really focus in on your children's emotional needs, bring them back to feeling safe and calm and okay again, really connecting with them, exploring the feelings that they had, maybe the feelings of the other child or person. And then it might not even be then, it might be an hour or two later, or even at bedtime, that you chat about, so we remembered that taking all the biscuits isn't okay for any of us, and none of us should go and take all the biscuits because then there's none left. So we need to think of a plan if you get very rumbly tummy again, or whatever it is. And obviously according to the age you adjust the language up or down to meet their needs, and it's ongoing. And it means we have to step out of that desire and drive to control and step fully into a space where we always want to be responding to our children in a loving, kind, compassionate way, whatever they have done. So we're not saying, yes, it's fine to push somebody over. We're just saying to ourselves, wow, my child is really struggling. I need to help them. And of course we help the child who's been hurt. I need to help them. I need to find out what's going on for them. And then the learning can come later on. So it's very different from a diet. It's a whole different way of living, being, and seeing your children. If you'd like to know more about this, do please get in touch. My email is jane@thejaneevans.com. And if you really want to work on this, then, or even if you think you might, then let's just have a chat and see what that could look like for you.